Hello, sports fans, and welcome to another edition of Scott Sports 101. I'm Scott Trella. We're going to talk Browns and NFL football, Cavs and NBA basketball, traveling Major League Baseball, Cactus League play. We're going to talk some NCAA March Madness tournament coming up tomorrow. That starts. We'll get to all that, but first, here is today's Scott Sports 101 trivia question. In the 1992 Eastern Regional Final, Christian Lattner hit the game-winning basket from the top of the key with 1 second left to lift Duke to a 104-103 win. What team was their opponent? I will have the answer later in the podcast. Well, the Browns have agreed to sign former Los Angeles Rams safety John Johnson to a 3-year contract. Sources told ESPN the deal is worth $33.75 million, with $24 million guaranteed. A source tells ESPN's Adam Schefter. Johnson will fill a major hole in the Browns' defense at safety, where Cleveland has juggled several players in and out of the lineup last season. He joins a rotation that will now include Ronnie Harrison, who eventually won a starting job last season, and Grant Delpit, a former second-round pick who missed his entire rookie year in 2020 with an Achilles injury he suffered in training camp. Johnson, who has served as a cornerstone safety of the Browns secondary since he was inserted into the starting lineup in Week 5 of his rookie season in 2017, served as the defensive signal caller on the NFL's top-ranked defense in 2020. Voted as a team captain, Johnson, who turned 25 last December, intercepted a pass and had 8 passes defended and deflected this past season. Johnson's signature play with the Rams came in the NFC Championship game during the 2018 season when he intercepted a pass from New Orleans Saints quarterback Drew Brees in overtime that set up a game-winning field goal to advance the Rams to Super Bowl 53. He was on pace for a standout 2019 season, intercepting 2 passes in the first 3 games, but he suffered a shoulder injury in Week 6 that sent him to injured reserve for the remainder of the season. In 4 seasons, Johnson has 8 interceptions, 32 passes and deflections, and 1 forced fumble. The Browns have also signed former Raiders, Falcons, 49ers, and Bengals defensive end Takarist McKinley. Signed a 1-year deal worth $4.25 million, based on up to $6 million on Tuesday. The Browns needed to add a edge rusher opposite Myles Garrett after the bigger names such as Carl Lawson, Bud Dupree, and Trey Henderson went off the board on Monday. The Browns finally landed an edge rusher Tuesday after agreeing to a 1-year deal worth $4 million for McKinley. So the Browns have filled some major holes, and also Larry Obi is leaving the Browns and signing a 1-year deal with the Bengals after playing 4 seasons with the Browns, and he feels that he's going to get more opportunities with the Bengals. So the Browns wish, and everybody else wishes Larry Obi the best. Moving on to the NCAA March Madness tournament, the number 2 seeded Ohio State Buckeyes will take on the number 15 seeded Oral Roberts Golden Eagles at Mackey Arena in West Lafayette, Indiana. And Golden State is known for their 3-pointers and their rocking defense, and they can score points from the top of the key, and they can really get you more ways than one, and especially with the layups, and and even in the paint. So if Ohio State wants this win, they're going to have to really play hard against them and really make a lot of three-pointers and score from the field and in the paint. Tip-off for that game is tomorrow at 3 p.m. on CBS. The Ohio University Bobcats will take on who are number 13 seeded, will take on the number 4 seeded Virginia Cavaliers at Bloomington Assembly Hall in Indianapolis, Indiana. Virginia is noted for their can really get tough, and they can get you from the field and in the paint, and also even in three-point range, and so they can really gang up on you, especially in the second half. So the Ohio State Bobcats, though, they have a good defense, and they can make threes and even free throws as well, and score from the field and in the paint. So this is going to be a good game, and tip-off for that one is on Saturday at 7:20 p.m. on TRU. And the Cleveland State University Vikings, were number 15 seeded, will take on the number 2 seeded Houston Cougars at Bloomington Assembly Hall in Indianapolis, Indiana. And Houston has really got a way of scoring, and they can get around you. And if you're not blocking them, and they've got to block and gang up on them, and they can get around you and score from any direction. So Cleveland State's got a good team, though, and their coach has been great. And I'm excited to see how far Cleveland State is going to go in the tournament. And tip-off for tomorrow night's game, for the game between the Vikings and Cougars, is tomorrow at 7:15 p.m. on TRU. We will get to the Cavs and the Tribe in just a moment. But first, it is time now to reveal the answer to today's Scott Sports 101 trivia question. In the 1992 East Regional Final, Christian Lattner hit the game-winning basket from the top of the key with 1 second left to lift Duke to a 104-103 win. What team was their opponent? And if you said Kentucky, the Kentucky Wildcats, you are correct. Many historians considered this overtime game to be the most suspenseful game ever played in an NCAA tournament. And I will have another trivia question on my next podcast, so stay tuned for that. The Cavs snapped their 4-game losing skid last night. Cavs beat the Boston Celtics 117-110 last night at home at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse. Colin Sexton led the way with 29 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists. Darius Garland, 25 points, 4 rebounds, and 6 assists. Larry Nance Jr., 18 points, 10 rebounds, and 4 assists. Isaac Orko, 15 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. C.D. Osman, 10 points, 1 rebound, and 3 assists. Dean Wade, 8 points, 2 rebounds. Jared Allen, 7 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist. And JaVale McGee, 5 points, 3 rebounds. And Dylan Windler, 2 rebounds and 1 assist. Quinn Cook played the final 3 minutes of the game off the bench, but he did not score. But he did play, and he did some good blocking as well. The Cavs never trailed once in this game, and they led the entire way and never let up in this game. The Cavs really kept the momentum going last night, and Sexton had his best performance since the All-Star break, when his momentum halted, and the Cavs just looked great in this one. And the Cavs will be back in action tomorrow night as they will take on the San Antonio Spurs at home at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse. And tip-off is tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. on Fox Sports Ohio. And you can hear the game on the radio home of the Cavs, WTAM 1100, and on the sister station, 100.7 WMMS. Moving on to the Tribe. The Tribe lost to the Chicago Cubs in Cactus League play 4-3 today at Goodyear Ballpark in Goodyear, Arizona. Zach Plesac was the starting pitcher on the hill for the Tribe today. Plesac went 5 innings. 5 innings, allowing 1 solo home run to Cubs' David Boat in the first. Plesac retired 18 straight Cubs batters after Boat's home run. 6 of 18 batters grounded out against Plesac, and he recorded 4 strikeouts without a walk. Then the bullpen took over after the 5th inning. Started out well, but they could not hold off the Cubs to get the win. The Tribe scored 1 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th, and 1 in the 9th. The Tribe will travel to Salt River Fields tomorrow to take on the at Talking Stick in Scottsdale, Arizona. Tomorrow to take on the Colorado Rockies. And Aaron Savali will be on the hill for the Tribe tomorrow. With a record of 1-0, and John Gray on the hill for the Rockies, going for his first win in Cactus League play. First pitch tomorrow at 4:10 p.m., and you can hear the game on the radio home of the Tribe, WTAM 1100. Well, that's just about going to wrap it up for this edition of Scott Sports 101. I'll be back hopefully this weekend, either tomorrow, Saturday, or Sunday, with another podcast. But until then, always remember, be a team player each and every day, in every way possible. So long, everybody. 3, 2, 1, I'm done.